15 kilometres south of Delhi is one of the most important Islamic monuments in India, the Qutb Minar Complex. This mosque is all that remains of the legendary city of Lal Kot, the city from where Islamic rule spread throughout northern India. The city dates back to 1193 AD, the year when Muslim invaders first settled on the Indian subcontinent. Since the 8th century, the Muslims had mounted a number of major attacks against the Hindu Empire. The development of Lal Kot and the construction of Qutb Minar toward the end of the 12th century accelerated the spread of Islam. The founder of Delhi's first city was Qutb-Du-Din-Aibak, who was made governor of the city by the Afghan conqueror Mohammed Of Ghur. Muhammad, a successful military leader, chose not to reside in the still young city and instead declared a former Turkish slave, Qutb, as Sultan of Delhi. The new Sultan ordered the destruction of the centuries-old Hindu sanctuaries that formed part of the Kila Rajpitra residence. Above the ruins of the Hindu temples that had been incorporated into the architecture, Qurwat-Ul-Islam involved, a mosque known as the Might of Islam. The remnants of no less than 27 destroyed Hindu and Jain sacred buildings were used in the construction of the first mosque on Indian soil. The most beautiful building, an ornately decorated mausoleum, was not dedicated to its founder, but to his successor, Iltutmish. The cenotaph of the former ruler is located in a richly decorated burial chamber that is one of the most beautiful examples of Indo-Islamic architecture. In addition to his own place of burial, Iltutmish, who reigned until 1235, also ordered further expansion of the mosque. Thus, at the beginning of the 13th century, the sacred Islamic building was both embellished and enlarged. Originally measuring 66 by 44 meters, the construction of Qutb Minar in the early years that followed the Islamic conquest was a symbol of power. For the creation of their mosque, the new rulers relied upon the assistance of a number of local Hindu architects. Thus, the design of the Qutb-Ul-Islam mosque, with its columns and halls, was reminiscent of Indian temple architecture. This unique mixture of Hindu-Islamic design was the precursor of a new style of architecture that would manifest itself most majestically in the Taj Mahal. As time passed by, various burial places for the sultans were built around the mosque, as well as a magnificent courtyard. As imagery was prohibited by the Muslim faith, the faces of the gods on the former Hindu columns were destroyed. For many centuries, the 73-meter-high tower of Qutb Minar has been the unmistakable landmark of the old Indian settlement of Lal Kot. In 1199, the first sultan of Qutb-Du-Din-Aibak laid the foundation stone for the monumental tower. Originally, this noble building contained only 3 stories. The 2 marble-covered stories were added under the reign of Firoz Shah in the 14th century. Until quite recently, the tall Victory Tower that was probably inspired by a similar structure in Afghanistan was open to the public. However, due to a tragic accident within the tower, the authorities have since closed it to the public. Nevertheless, Qutb Minar provides a fascinating and atmospheric insight into the early years of Muslim sovereignty in India.